contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring.
We the people.
You are now tuned in to the world's greatest.
Tonight is the night. Bright lights.
Alright, what's up YouTube? It's your boy HH the Great back here with another video. This is my fourth one of the day. This video right here is a response to Danny Galvez TV. And he made a video last week pretty much just talking about how he got into the WWE. I know a lot of guys in the belt community, we made a video talking about how we got into the whole belt game. Collecting belts, but he followed it up and made a very, very good video on what got him into watching WWE, and stuff like that. Kind of got twisted on my words because I was going to say this. I got into the WWE when it was the WWF. I've been a fan since, oh my God, since forever. I just put it like that. The moment that got me locked in was WrestleMania 6 when the Ultimate Warrior beat Hulk Hogan for the WWF then title. I was locked in. I watched a couple of shows before then or whatnot, and I seen this Ultimate Warrior character, but I liked him, or whatnot. But I didn't like this Hulk Hogan character. Like I tell people all the time, and I know a lot of people, especially people of my age, it was a lot of Hulkamaniacs. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't one. And when he beat him at WrestleMania 6, because that was actually the first WrestleMania I got to watch, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was hooked, from that point on. I watched wrestling in the Federation days. I've been a part of that era. I've been a part of the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, Universe Era. I've been a part of them all, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot. And the thing about it is, I've watched wrestling change so much, you know what I'm saying, it's crazy. So I've really never had a problem with the adjusting to a new era. Of course, any wrestling fan, your favorite era is the Attitude Era. That's any fan of pro wrestling, favorite era is the Attitude Era, whatnot. If you guys, I was actually watching this video the other day. If you guys ever get a chance to watch it, it's called 50 Years of oh man, it's about WWE. 50 years of wrestling, of the history of the WWE or whatnot, and they pretty much go through all the eras that they've had back from Bruno Sammartino on and so forth. I know you guys know some of these guys' names from the Hall of Fame. A lot of these guys I didn't get to watch wrestle. In the when they got then I 80s, in the the late 80s, early 90s is when I started watching wrestling, and so that video they pretty much give you the history, and you guys can see back how in the Federation days with the Hulk Hogan's and Ultimate Warriors, how they used to do promos and and stuff like that till when the Attitude Era started, how they started doing, the promos in the ring, blah, 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 to how it is now. You know what I'm saying? It is a big difference. It's a lot better than what it used to be. I know the wrestling sort of followed, I want to say, my era, my generation of, people my age. And it says it also in the video, if you watch it. And they made a good point, because a lot of us 80s babies and whatnot that started watching wrestling, and when it got to the Attitude Era, we were little kids then, and by the time it got to the Attitude Era, it sort of made an adjustment to us because now we were teenagers now and young adults. So that's how the whole Attitude Era came about. You know, one of the ways how it came about. You know, to get that audience that already had been watching from since they were kids. You know, so that's how the whole, you know, that's how they kind of explained, you know, one of the reasons the Attitude Era. Besides, we know, you know, WWE was about to be broke and all that stuff like that too. So, but that's another story, another day. So, you know, I really enjoyed the all of it. You know, I know a lot of people knock the whole Universe era and stuff like that, but you guys who maybe just getting into wrestling or been watching it in a few years, go back and watch some of these old promos and some of these old shows, because the only show that we had was taped, everything taped, was maybe Wrestling for an Hour Saturday morning, and then you had Saturday Night Main Event, which at that time, if you were my age, you probably was in the bed by the time it came on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, may have to be up late in order to catch it. You know, and a lot of things were taped, and, you know, it wasn't how you get two main superstars fighting each other at the same time throughout the whole show. No, they'll tell you, okay, we have on the program today, we're going to have Sergeant Slaughter, the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, and Jake the Snake Roberts. But they're going to be wrestling like a tune-up match, some nobody that you probably don't even remember. You know, even if you go back and even watch it, like some of the guys that end up becoming real big superstars used to be basically jobbers. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got. You knew who was going to win and all that stuff like that or whatever. And all the promos were shot backstage. It wasn't no promos in the ring or anything. Like, every so often it was. Maybe somebody was shooting a promo in the ring, but not like how it started when it got to getting toward them shifting, going to the Attitude Era, you know, or whatnot. Everything was in the back, you know, or whatnot. So it made a big change, you know, going to the Attitude Era. For us, for people my age watching the Attitude Era, it was, when we first started seeing it, it was like, oh my God, they could say this? I didn't know that, you know. So, I mean, it started getting, you know, really cool, you know, and stuff like that. You know, the most popular time of wrestling was during the Attitude Era, you know. And then, you know, after that, you know, you had the Ruthless Aggression Era, which I got to see it, but not as much as the other eras. And that's only because I was in the military and I was stationed everywhere. So, I mean, I really couldn't catch wrestling then, you know. And, you know, now what we have is the Universe Era, which, you know, I really haven't missed anything. So, I mean, if you compare the Universe Era to the Federation days, I think you guys will be okay with the Universe Era compared to what it used to be. So, you know, WWE has grown a great deal. You know what I'm saying? A great deal. But, you know, I just shared some, you know, pretty much my history, you know, with the WWE. I'm a wrestling fan for life. I've been one. It was my first love. I loved it before I even loved football. I mean, those are like my two main things. Wrestling and football were my two main things as a kid coming up. And wrestling was my first love, you know, as you guys can tell. But, you know, I mean, I think it's going to get better. I don't think we'll ever see the Attitude Era days anymore. Maybe we might get something close to it. Don't be surprised about that, because maybe they're going to have to do the same thing that they did with us, with the younger generation that probably watched it as kids. By the time they become teenagers and stuff like that, they're probably going to have to switch it up a little bit for them to keep their attention, you know, or whatnot. So it may be a shift, but but we'll never see TV 14 again. You know, that was a one-time era thing. I don't think we'll ever see that unless WWE is going to end up broke. That's the only way we're going to see that. You know, to me, he's you know, he's not my favorite superstar of all time. As y'all guys know, it's Triple H. But the guy's shirt I got on, Stone Cold Steve Austin, if you know, just like I said, you know, like just like football, I love football, I love wrestling. So I'm speaking on this as wrestling, you know what I'm saying, wrestling, not my own personal opinion, just the whole general wrestling. And this guy right here is probably the best superstar ever. It will never be another one like him, and I think he will probably always be the best superstar to, you know, I know you guys, you know, with The Rock and all that stuff like that, and, you know, as I tell you guys, my favorite wrestler is Triple H, but nobody has ever, you know, attracted a crowd like this guy. Not even The Undertaker. I don't even think Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are big names, big superstars and stuff like that, not taking anything away from them.